Welcome to another episode of Success International, where we delve into the secrets of success and how to achieve it. Today we have a very special guest, a man working overseas with much acclaim, Mr. Jason Lee. Hello, Mr. Lee. It seems like you recently came back to America from business in East Timor.
Yes, I came recently after a long time, and I'm currently spending my time with my family.
Well, it seems like you're actually pretty well off right now.
Actually, I had a very hard time too in my life, and recently I'm getting myself back together.
Alright, well, that's great to know. So I'm told that, East Timor is full of wonders and glory, but also there's some kind of history to it about how it broke away. What kind of involvement did you have in that area, and how did you get involved over there?
Yeah, I was very lucky enough to be there right after the independence in 2002 and be able to know the important leaders of the country. And that made me be able to participate in many reconstruction projects in East Timor.
So all these reconstruction projects, were you successful in these?
Yeah, I was able to successfully make a consortium with the Korean company and the East Timor government. But to achieve that, it was a very difficult and hard time, and we ended up spending a lot of time in East Timor.
So would you say that all your endeavors were solely based on hard work, or do you think there was some sort of superior factor, for example, maybe luck, that played a part into your success?
Of course, you need to. Timing is important, and also luck is important. But luck and timing doesn't really get you to the end.
Well, yeah, that's of course. So it's obviously it played an initiating factor which allowed you to get to that area where you can work harder and harder.
Yes, I was able to receive it, meaning I had a foundation ready to be able to do that project. But at the same time, it was going to be very difficult to drive it till the end, and it taken a lot of effort to achieve it and actually materialize your luck and opportunity.
So Malcolm Gladwell in his book Outliers mentioned something about a 10,000 hour law or rule. Because he says to actually master something, to create a masterpiece or anything of the sort, you need to invest at least 10,000 hours, or roughly around 10 years. Would you agree with this and what you did in your work, or do you think that it's some kind of too big of a number?
I think it could be close enough because in East Timor experience that I had, there virtually opportunity came, but virtually there's no infrastructure and no human resources and capacity to carry it out. So in order to do that, to get to the point where I wanted to, it took a lot of time and a lot of difficulty. I was going to give up many times too, and everybody said no problem, but everything was a problem. So I often say the opportunity is not the result. You need to be able to materialize through painstaking time and effort and continuous drive. You have to drive yourself to that point.
Would you also say that sometimes this factor of luck, whether it be good or bad, can also be detrimental? I mean, you did say before that you got into a little rut, a little low point in your life recently. Do you think any sort of bad luck happened to it, or do you think? Could you care to elaborate?
Yeah, I would say it's bad luck. We could blame on others, but I learned it very hard way. There was some failure I had to my company and whatever, is because you some tend to depend on other people. But you need to make sure you need to decide and you need to drive and you need to be in control. But don't let other lead and make decisions for you. And if it doesn't go well, you end up having to pay the cost. So you need to be top of many things by yourself too.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Lee. Thank you for this meeting, and hope you do well in the future.
Thank you.
That was our esteemed guest, Mr. Lee. Now, it's clear to see that the 10,000 hour rule actually does apply. The whole world is always centered around that rule. It takes around 10 years to actually master something, to actually achieve the highest potential you could get. Now, in Gladwell, he mentions things such as Beethoven and Mozart, who say, it's true, they did create masterpieces at a young age, but the true one, the biggest one they made, was after 10 years since they started their career. So it works, and as shown by Mr. Jason Lee, it also works in a real life scenario. It took around 10 years to get really successful. And even though there were some rough bumps here and there, he still was able to do it after around 10 years. Another huge point was about the luck, the factor of luck playing in. Luck played a huge factor because at the time Timor was in a rough place, he was there at the right time and he got in, took care of all the business. Boom. there. It's done. All the luck applied and all the hard work applied for 10,000 hours around 10 years, it allowed for success to be achieved. Much like the Gladwellian saying, 10,000 hours to actually achieve the epitome of success.
Yo, summertime days in the summertime race. How do I love thee? Let me number the ways. One, love how the sun is untamed. So much rain, that time the summertime came. Choose for the music we bump when we cruise. And I might go deaf, but that's up with a soothing. Three, it's for the company, chilling comfortably up in the